Hi guys, it's Crystal City Girl Homestead. Today is Thankful Thursday, and it is not going any way that I had planned it to go. So life happened today. That's just how it is. Last night after we finished dinner, my son, he got a hold of me and he's like, I need you at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's fine. I'm up at 1:45, which I got up at 1 this morning anyway. And then had to take the boys to daycare. My washer died last night. So I had to wait for the repairman. He finally left, and so I'd been chopping the potatoes, thinking, okay, I'll fry them online, and, so we'll get through that. Well, then my son called. He got sent all the way up to Grayling today, and he was on his last leg home, and, well, he needed someone to talk him home. He was tired. So, it's been a day already. It's already almost 1 o'clock, and we start cooking at 3. So, hopefully, I got a sink full of dishes, you guys. It's crazy. So anyway, what I did over here is, remember I told you guys I had all those potatoes that were eyeing out and everything. Last night I went through and I took all of them out. I got them all cleaned up, and then I used my 13 cup little thing that dices up everything. And I got them diced up with just a few onions, not a whole lot. I did use the first pan, and that was way too small. So, what I'm going to do with those is let them cool down, and then I'm going to put them in bags, and then I'm going to put them in the freezer. If your potatoes are starting to eye out, then, do something with them. You can always fry them up. You can make them into, hash browns. You can do all kinds of stuff with them. So don't let them go to waste. And that's a lot of potatoes. That'll be a good probably 6 or 7 breakfasts. Actually, I'm going to do something on Saturday, so I might use some of them anyway. But anyways, so last week when we did Thankful Thursday, a lot of people were grateful for the beginning of the prayer. So I think I'd like to do that if you don't mind. So, and she'll know who I'm talking about, but I have a friend of mine that I would consider a sister too, that she's going through a really rough time right now. So I'm not going to say her name, but if we can please keep her in our prayers. And we have a couple that are fighting cancer and, some depression and, other things, financial. So, I ask that you keep our entire community in prayer. And if you don't pray, that's okay. If you don't believe in God, that's okay too. You do you. So, for those of you that like to pray, let's do this. Heavenly Father, I ask that you bless each and every one of these people that come to my channel, that have subscribed to my channel, that belong to us in our community and as family and friends. There's so many things that are touching so many people around us with all this inflation and just all kinds of stuff that are really getting to people. And I ask that you please wrap your arms around them. Hold them tighter than you normally do. If it's financial, maybe help them get a better job or more hours or whatever it happens to be. I know a lot of them are fighting, health issues, and we ask that you please lift them up and heal them. And the ones that are very, very sad right now, I ask that you talk to their heart and let their hearts sing again. I know they've been through a lot, and their hearts have every reason not to be happy. But please, Lord, help them be happy. We know that we weren't put on this earth to be sad and to be miserable, and that you want your people to be, happy so that we can follow you. Thank you for everything that you do for us and all that you allow us to be. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so anyways, in the oven, I have one of those chocolate cherry cakes. One of Tom's friends at work, he's a nice young man. He lost his dad last year. And he bought his first house. And when he took that cake in, he goes, I don't even like chocolate cake. And I really loved it. And he ate 4 pieces. So I asked him, I says, well, ask him what his favorite cake is. And he goes, I really don't have a favorite, but that cake your wife made the other day, he goes, I really like that. So guess what Chris is doing? He's going to get one of those cakes tomorrow. I've got it in the oven right now. So, it is 3 eggs, a chocolate cake mix, and a can of cherry pie filling. So I've been trying to think of things that I'm thankful for. And obviously, above everything, my Lord and Savior. And I have to tell you guys something today. You know, I had both my boys today. And Emmy, when he's here, he wants Grandma to hold him all the time. He just comes over, tries to climb up on me, grabs a hold of my leg, and he pulls on it and tries to, just like I'm a monkey bars or something. And so he got me to pick him up because, you know, it hurts my back. But, you know, you're a grandma, what are you going to do? You're going to pick him up. So I picked him up today. And he hadn't done this ever before. And he goes, and he kissed me on the lips 4 times. I was like, oh my gosh. My heart just melted. So I'm very thankful that, you know, they're so cute. And AJ, he goes, I'm not telling you today I love you, Grandma. And I go, I'm going to tickle it out of you. So I did. And then he tooted. He thought that was the funniest thing in the world. Kids, I tell you. I am thankful that it was something easy on my washer and so that it's fixed and I can be with the washer again. He was only here about a half hour. I waited all day, but he was only here about a half hour. I am thankful for my family, my friends, my children. Yeah, it seems like my kids are going through a little bit right now, and I really wish that I could fix it for them, and I can't. And, you know, as a mom, you wish you could fix every bump and bruise and every thing that comes across. You wish you could fix it. And you can't. And I truly understand what my mom said now when she said, you know, it was harder the older that you guys get. And I could never understand that. But now I do, because, you know, when they're young, you can protect them from just about everything, you know. Where they go, who they see, what they do, what they don't do, you know, you can protect them from all that. But when they get older, you know, they got love and heartaches and, you know, children and no children and good jobs and not good jobs and marriage and divorce and just, and what do you do to protect them from it except for just be there? I'm rambling on already, I swear. I am thankful for my YouTube channel, and I'm going to say, when I hit 3,500, I really wanted to say something, but YouTube has been, like, giving me 2, and then I'll lose 2 or lose 1 or whatever. Like, I got to 35.13, back down to 12, been like that for 2 days. So, but I want to say thank you, because I have gotten to 3,500. You always want to make sure you get above that enough that if they start taking away, then, you know, you, that you've gotten at least to that spot. So thank you for that. Onward and upward to 4,000. Hey, maybe someday I'll get way up there with the big guys. That'd be great. I am thankful that the snow quit. It was snowing like crazy earlier. It's slippery. Ugh. So over it. You know, for someone that hates snow, why do I stay in Michigan? Oh, wait. My kids are here and so is my grandkids. I swear. Anyways, I'm at a loss for words. Some people would laugh about that one. I did want to say something too. Like, I know sometimes people are afraid to give me their ideas for a recipe or something like that because other channels get on them. You know, if you're really irritating me, I'll let you know. I am very honest and above board person. I would tell you if something was bothering me. We're a community. And if you have something that you think that you can share and you think that it would make it better, don't be afraid to say that. You know, you don't have to be mean about it, but, you know, say, hey, I think if you did it this way, I think it'd be better if you added this. And sometimes the things you guys come up with to add, I'd be like, hey, that's going to be great. And I'm waiting for someone to send me a recipe for a chocolate pudding cake. I got to try that. You know, usually I'll have one small piece because me and Tom do have diabetes, so I try not to eat a lot of that stuff. I'll try a piece and then I'll either give it to Jack or I'll freeze it and put it in the freezer for Tom to take for lunches. But at least I always get that one piece. That's nice. I was trying to think of stories to say today too. But today has just been one of those days. I guess it was about life. You know, sometimes life just really does happen. It really does. You know, you don't have any control over it. You can't say, well, you know, I think I'll wake up and do that again. That's not quite how that works. We wished it did, you know. I need to check this cake. We don't want it to burn. Oh, I don't have to put anything in there because it's not quite done. It's got a little jiggle in the middle. Like the person that made it. If you guys haven't been over there, Cooking with Kel is a really cute channel. Nanny Tam has their own channel. You should go over there and check it out. I really like both of their channels, and they're both getting started, so they could use some more subscribers. I'd appreciate it. Give me a minute. Let me try to figure out something, because I just feel like I'm rambling, and we don't want to do that and make you spend 30 minutes of your time for me just to ramble. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, I'm going to have one heck of a time with this pan cleaning it up because some of it stuck to the bottom. But anyway. So what I heard was memory, dedication, and love. What I'm supposed to do with any of it, I don't know. I guess love, because considering that this is Valentine's week, you know. And, okay. So, I don't know how to bring it up even. You know, sometimes we love people. And maybe it feels like they don't love us back. Or if it does, like we gravitate towards, you know, what little droppings they're willing to give us. If that makes sense. I'm going to stuff my bags while I'm doing this. But I should have gotten a marker. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go with this, but anyways. I have a hard time even writing with that thumb. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But you know, we get so used to being loved that maybe it's not a healthy love. You know, like we gather around for little bits and pieces that they give us. And it seems okay because, you know, we want to be loved by them. You know, we want them to be part of our life. We want them to be part of who we are. And yet, they don't love us the same way. Because if they did, they wouldn't do the things that they do. If that makes sense. I think that we gravitate to something that we want to be good, and we think that it's good, but it doesn't always turn out that way. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody today or not. I don't know. But, because this is really harder than I ever thought it would be. But I don't want to give it up because I know there's a lot of you that look forward to it. And maybe there's some of you that what I say, maybe it does speak to them. And that's important too. Because life isn't just about cooking or, you know, preserving or, you know, the end all be all. And, you know, like, the world's going to end next week. We can't always have life like that. You know, and we can't always be in fear because, you know, First of all, God never intended for us to live in fear. So if we do, we need to try to stop that. I know that so much in this world is crazy right now, and it's just, I think about what kind of world it's going to be for my grandsons, and it scares the crap out of me. But then I have to believe that, you know, everything happens for a reason and all that good stuff, and I don't know. But if you have that person that you love with all your heart, but it's not that, you know deep down in your heart that it's not healthy, you need to address that for yourself. You know, you need to not buy into or cater to what they think about you, because you, faults and all, are an amazing individual, and you are loved. I don't care if your family doesn't, you know, give two craps about you, but you have people on YouTube, you have people on the internet, and I know that sounds so stupid, but honestly, I have made some very, very good friends through this channel, and that I love, and I tell them that I love them, and I really, really mean it. And when I tell you guys I love you, I really, really mean it. Never settle for second best just because you think that's all you deserve. You know, as a big girl, I always thought that I had to settle for whatever. Because, you know, like, I'm not the prettiest girl, and I was a big girl, and blah, blah, blah. And I always thought that I had to put up with this, put up with that, and whatever. And actually, it wasn't until I got divorced that, you know, there's a lot of really good-looking, successful men that are into chubby girls. But, you know, they have you so convinced that, you know, you've got to be this, this, or that, or you're not, you know, you're not worthy of someone good. And you know what? That's not true. My mom said about Tom when she met him, she goes, Miriam, he's got a pension. Well, that pension runs out in a few years, you know, and so what about after that? But he's a really good man. And you know what? He looked past all my bumps and bruises and being a single mom of 2 teenage boys, and, you know, me being a chubby girl, and, you know, all that. And he looked past all that. He's seen me. He's seen inside my heart. So with the love part of it, don't chase love. It will find you. There was several Valentine's days that, you know, after my divorce, well, shoot, during my divorce, my ex-husband, he never paid attention to that. They like getting gifts, but I tell Tom the same thing. You're as romantic as a rock. He goes, I'm not that bad. And I go, yeah, rock does have a little more on you. He goes, what? But he knows if I really, really want something, I'll go get it, because I'm really hard to buy for. He doesn't go on my wish list. That's pretty stupid on his part. But anyway, never sell yourself short. And sometimes Valentine's Day, when I said you could be your best Valentine's, it's true. Because why be around people that don't appreciate you? You love you. You know, I found one thing that after my divorce that you have to do is you got to heal. B, you need to see what you did, what your part was. Because everybody has a part to it. Nobody's 100% at fault. The next thing is you got to, I'm not saying that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the crap. You know, I'm not saying that at all. But you got to pull out from those things that you are good at, that you are good with. And you got to love you. Some days I don't like myself too well. Some days I don't want to be around myself because I'm just like, you know, I think we all have that. But I think that, you know, generally, like today, because it's been such a messed up day, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this cake done. I'm going to get dinner done. I'm going to get potatoes done. And I got to see my grandkids. I got to see my son. you know what? It's a good day. So, you know, sometimes we just have to pick out those good things and strive on that, you know. Here I am rambling again. I do that a lot. You guys truly bring that out in me. Guess what, you guys? The cake is done, the cake is done, the cake is done. I'm so excited. Let me put my towel over there so I don't burn my countertop. Do you know what I mean? All right. I should have grabbed a second one here. It's just been one of those days. But that's okay. I got kisses from my grandson today. On the lips. Grandma. So it's not an all over bad day, right? I mean, hey. And my other grandson, AJ, you know, he said he loved me. I had to tickle it out of him, but, you know, he still did it. Oh, we don't need the oven on anymore, that's for sure. And love. Love. You know, I just told my son there is a difference between being in love and love. And he doesn't think so, but I do. I think you can love a lot of people in this world. You know, the person that you want to be with or don't want to be with or whatever. You can have a love for them, but not be in love with them, you know. I really think that that's such a thing. I think you could be in love with anybody if the circumstances are right. So I think for love, I think it should just be that above all, you know, love God first and your family. But you know, I had a friend of mine from Canada say, you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anybody else. And she's right. You gotta love who you are. Because you are unique. You are the only person. There may be someone else out there that looks like you. I'll tell you a story about that. My mom and my sister were at the Myers on the West Saginaw, and they kept saying, Chris, Chris. And the girl wasn't answering. And so they had to walk up to her because they thought it was me. And it was a girl that looked exactly like me. Well, then the guy that I was with, he was following this girl because she wouldn't pull over. And he was like, what the heck did I do to her, you know? And he followed her for quite a bit. And she looked just like me, but it wasn't me. So maybe I have a twin here in Lansing somewhere. But anyways, I'm rambling on. I don't even remember the other two things that I thought of. But so today, with this being Love Week, and, you know, me saying that sometimes you're your best Valentine. I think that you gotta love you and at least like you. And be good for yourself before you can be good for others. And, you know, I used to hear people say that all the time. Like, yeah, whatever. But it's true. Because if you expect someone else to love you, really love you, you got to think something of yourself. And that's not being selfish, you know. I mean, there are people out there that are very, very selfish. Now I forgot where I was because I had a customer call. Anyways, so I want you to know that you are loved. No matter what anybody says, anybody that doesn't think you're good enough, they think you're too old, they think you're this, they think you're that, whatever. You know what? You're a beautiful individual, and you are who you are. And you know what? We love you for that. If we were all the same people, gosh, could you imagine how boring this world would be? I don't think I want to do that. I don't think I want a bunch of robots, which, you know, the world could come to that too, but, you know. And dedication. That's the other one I could remember. You guys are so dedicated and so amazing with me and with our community. And I want to tell you thank you for that. Your dedication that you're here every day and leaving comments and you're watching my videos and, you know, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, I have my people I faithfully watch every day too. So I get that, you know, and but most of you comment and do things like that, and I really appreciate that. I think that, you know, we need to dedicate our lives, and if you are not a person of faith, don't take this wrong, but we need to dedicate our life to God, to our family, to ourselves. Wow, that just made me think. So dedication and love kind of is in the same thing. Maybe, kind of. Because we have to be dedicated to ourselves to make it good for others, right? Anyways. I wish I had a funny story for today. I really do. I wish I had a funny story. I think about so many things that, you know, I could tell you guys. And I do feel like you're my friends and we could sit down and we could talk and you know, I think I'd have fun with any of you if you came over here and were really sitting next to me and drinking a cup of coffee or my ruby red squirt that I'm not supposed to be drinking. I think we'd all be, you know, I think we'd have a great time. Everybody that I've met so far has been amazing. And I think that no matter how many miles separate us, this world really isn't that big. I mean, if you think about it, it's really not. I mean, it's thousands and thousands of miles from this person, that person. But since the internet came out, look how close, you know, we can talk to people in other countries and, you know, all over the world. And these people have become our friends and our confidants and everything else, you know? It makes that world shrink a little bit. Do I like all of the modern technology? No. I still haven't figured out how to edit my videos. I suppose if I took a lot more time, I could figure it out. But, you know, when people put music in their videos and stuff, I don't know how to do that either. But, yeah. So, I know this is a messed up Thankful Thursday. I know that, and I'm sorry that it's not funny and all that good stuff that normally I try to be. And I got 5 bags, by the way. Check it out. All those potatoes will make great breakfasts or great dinners. But I got a mess to clean up in my stove. But that's okay. You know, anytime that you guys think I'm getting monotonous or just repetitive or whatever the other words are for it, just tell me. And I won't do the Thankful Thursdays, or I'll just spread them out farther apart or something. I really do try to think of things from the heart to speak about. Because I truly am, like, so thankful for so many things that it's so hard just to pick one or 2, you know what I mean? But I just feel like there's still the calling there, that there's people that still, maybe I'll say something that day that will touch somebody. You know, I talked to this friend of mine, and she's gone through a lot of death lately. And, you know, it's really sad, and it's hard to deal with. And I told her, you know, I do understand. I mean, you know, like, I lost my parents, so I'm considered an orphan too, you know. And my sons, you know, one will be 30 in April, and the other one 32. Oh, geez, oh, Pete's. And then Nate's 33. Wow. But anyway, they lost two of their friends a couple years ago. I think I told you about that. And well, the one was just a year ago. Well, I guess it was a year ago. Well, I didn't tell you about her. I've known her since she was probably 4 or 5 years old. Beautiful girl. Like, perfect body, just beautiful. Just inside and out beautiful. She had 3 children. She took her own life last year. And I see her, and her mom and her dad and you know, her children, they go out to the graveyard and they release balloons and stuff like that. And I just think about how sad. She was 30 years old. I mean, so much life to live, you know. I mean, I think we've all been on the border where sometimes we thought about, you know, this world will be a whole lot better off without us. But I want you to learn to take one thing, too, from today. No matter how sad and depressed you are, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. You know, even if it's talking to one of us, talking to family, a counselor, whatever it happens to be, you'll get through it. And I don't care how many people you got to call to do that. Just talk to somebody. If you're having those feelings, wake someone up in the middle of the night. Tell them, hey, I really need to talk, and I need to talk now, please. And they'll talk to you. People love you. They love who you are. That was on a sad note. Sorry about that. But generally, with all the things going on today, okay, I got a challenge for you. This is the challenge for today. My challenge for you today is, whether it's happened or not, if it's past, present, or future, what is one thing that you think that you could do that would just make your day? You know, is it to fly to Brazil? Is it to spend a whole day with a lost loved one? Is it a certain gift that you've wanted forever? Whatever it happens to be, I want you to put it in the comments. And that one thing that would brighten up your day. You know, you can be as, you know, monetary as you want to be. You could be as emotional as you want to be. But I want to hear one thing from everybody listening today. What's the one thing that would literally just make your day, and it would be just so bright and wonderful and beautiful? Because you know what? I think if we do that throughout the comment section, I think we can make somebody else's day. How's that? You know? Because a lot of you really do read other people's comments, which that's cool. And maybe your dream can kind of make somebody else smile. I'm sorry it wasn't very together today, but it really has been a day since 1 o'clock this morning. It's been a day. And I apologize for that. But hopefully if you want me to do it next week, it'll be a little bit more together. But I do want you guys to know I do love you. I love and respect each and every one of you. I, hands down, have the best community. You guys are amazing. And when I'm down for some reason, you guys seem to know it, and you come it with me with such love. And I appreciate that. I'm a pretty lucky girl, you know. You think about frustrating days like today, and I think to myself, okay, you're going to go off and do this Thankful Thursday, and you're going to ramble on like you always do, because you're just not right that way. And I sit here and I think, Chris, get it together. You've got God. You've got 3 beautiful sons. You've got 2 gorgeous grandsons that you love more than anything in this world. You've got a beautiful daughter-in-law that actually sticks up for me once in a while. That's great. My son's got a beautiful new girlfriend, and he's starting to move on with his life. And, you know, I have a job. I don't really like it, but I have one. I have a beautiful channel. I have a wonderful husband. I have a house and a car, and You know, there ain't much in the bank, but we're not starving yet, you know? So, and I have you guys. And, you know, when you think about it, there's nothing really monetary there. I mean, you have to have a house, and, you know, for my job, I have to have a car. So there's nothing really monetary. I live in a 900 square foot house. There's been a couple people here from YouTube that, you know, they like it. I like it. It's nothing fancy. It's just a, I don't know what you call those houses, but it's me. It's me, you know, and I like that. It's small. I wished I had just a little bit bigger house. That'd be great, but other than a bigger house, I'd just rather be out in the country. I think I'd live in a tiny house for that. But, or a trailer even, you know. I think I would be more than happy that way. But when we stop and think about it, you know, even if it was just someone made you smile today, even if it's someone told you they loved you today, even if you read a funny comic strip, do they even have those anymore? But you know what I'm saying. Or you seen something really cute on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, and it gave you a giggle. You know what? Today was worth it. It was worth it. And you guys sitting here next to me and talking with me today and chatting with me, and it made it all worth it. I'll tell you what. The greatest two things that happened today, well, three. My grandson, when he gave me those kisses. Oh, gosh. And then when I had to tickle I love you out of AJ. And my son needing me for 45 minutes to get home. On my washer getting fixed too. But, you know, all those things were revolved around people that mean everything to me. I am a person that, you know, family is everything. Even the ones that you don't get along with that great anymore. I don't know. I've rambled on and kept you guys here long enough. But so in the comments, the one thing that you'd really, really love to have, or really, really love to do, and excuse me, goes from dry to wet, and everything gets messed up here. But yeah, I think that'll motivate a lot of other people. And I'm sorry I rambled on today, but I did bake a cake, and I'm about to frost it, and I got 5 things of potatoes that I can put in the freezer. Hey, life's good. So thank you guys for being here with me. Thanks for always being here with me. I truly do love you guys. You're amazing, incredible group. And don't you ever, 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 now I'm going to be the mom thing. Don't you ever, ever, ever let anybody think you're less than who you are. Because you know what? You're the best for you. You weren't put on this earth to please everybody else. So you know what? You do you. You do what's best for you. And when you do that, everybody else is going to see, because you know what? You're going to shine. You're going to shine like diamonds. So be you, and don't ever let anybody sell you short or tell you you're less than, because you're not. And you guys keep being the best for my community. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Be a blessing. And I will see you in about an hour and a half for dinner. You guys, thanks so much. I love you.